The Grammy Award-winning DJ Roger Sanchez is someone who embodies the image of an international DJ with a long history of making people dance around the world.
We'd like to capture your minds right now.
He's remixed everyone from Daft Punk to Madonna, and his ultra-cool voice is listened to by millions of people around the world every week via his global radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Sanchez.
Are you ready for this?
97.8 Dance FM. I'm Rima Skandarani, and this is a special day at Dance FM as we have in our studio Grammy Award winner for Best Remixed Recording and 4 times Best House DJ winner at DJ Awards. Hello, Roger Sanchez. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for being with us here today.
My pleasure.
So you've been in Dubai before, right?
Yeah, quite a few times.
And earlier this year too?
Yeah. Oh, Lord, it was for Zero Gravity, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier this year. And now I'm here to do the opening of Soho Gardens. I'm really looking forward to it.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it too. What have you been up to since then?
It's been a busy summertime. This year I was playing for Glitterbox in Ibiza. Been working on a lot of productions. I've just released one of my kind of alter ego S-Man projects with Ultranate, which came out on Casual. A lot of traveling, a lot of productions, getting ready for next year's releases. It's been an amazing year.
It's been busy, yeah?
A lot of flying.
I'm very curious to know, what is it like a day in the life of Roger Sanchez? From morning to evening, and then you're one flight from the other. Tell us a little bit more.
mean, I get up in the morning, make sure I take my vitamins. I try to see if I can get a workout in whenever possible. But I spend a lot of time organizing music, downloading, working on my radio show.
15 million listeners worldwide. That's massive.
It's kind of insane sometimes. To me, the numbers don't compute, because when I'm doing my show every week, it's kind of like, okay, it's just me in my studio or wherever I'm at around the world. And exactly. So, but it doesn't. When I see the numbers, I'm like, but no, it's amazing.
Apparently, it's true.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
also play it at Dance FM. We actually are big fans.
I know, and I love the support. You know, and for me, one of the best things about being able to have a show is that's so international, is to be able to connect with different audiences around the world and then have them really understand musically what I'm doing. So would get up in the morning, do all that, organize music, and then probably get on a plane and fly somewhere, gig, get up the next morning and do it again.
Repeat.
Yes, exactly. Rave, repeat. And, you know, whenever possible, I try to see my daughter. My son, he's in California now. So it's a busy year.
It is a busy year. Your record label, Under the Radar, was launched. How did this come about?
Well, I had my label Stealth Records for some time now, and what I wanted to do was to kind of focus on stuff that's a little bit more underground, that's a little bit darker.
Music to our ears.
You know, stuff that could be maybe sometimes more DJ tools, but always a little bit more experimental. Stealth is my label where I focus on more straight ahead house tracks and you know, a lot of vocals. I like to develop artists there as well. But Under the Radar is kind of like that, you know, that black sheep that everybody, you know, has to love in the family. And I actually really love the freedom that I have and the vibe and the community that's kind of grown up around the Under the Radar brand.
And it has its own fashion line. Who overlooks that?
Me.
You.
I pretty much am involved with all aspects of the design of everything with Under the Radar. There's a company that I work with called Everpress out of the UK that handle the manufacturing right now. And we're I've had 1 year of testing ground with them because I've done collaborations with different designers over the years, people like Maharishi, Faith, but I'm really just kind of testing the waters and seeing how it works with this particular company, which has been working pretty well, and then really starting to branch into the more fashion side of things, where I get a little bit more interesting with the cuts and stuff like that.
I took a look and they're actually fantastic. I love them. Well done. Your latest track called Fate came out.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Actually, Ultranate and I got together a year before last, to work on some tracks, and that was one of the ones that we did. And I did it under the guise of my S-Man kind of darker vibe that I like to work with as that sound. And it's funny because Green Velvet, a lot of people know him as Green Velvet, but he's also Cashmere and Curtis. He has kind of like two hats.
Yeah.
So he loved the track, and he said, listen, I want to sign it. I said, okay. I've got a lot of releases coming out on my label. It took a while for it to come out on Casual because of the release schedules and everything, but we finally got it together, and we just released it recently. Some really solid remixes. My favorite's the Mason Maynard, who's a kind of up-and-coming producer out of the UK, and I really like what he's been working on. So he did a great remix, and, you know, Tiger Stripes, Sonny Fodera. So there's some really solid remixes on this.
That's nice. What can we expect next?
I've just finished a collaboration with Huxley and a vocalist named Amy who lives here in Dubai.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's really good. She does a lot of aerial and acrobatic work at different clubs and venues here, but she's somebody that I've known from the UK and Ibiza for many years, and she's got an amazing voice.
Incredible.
So that's going to be released probably, we're looking at February in the early part of the year, and we're actually starting to film the video for that.
That's nice.
So
Exciting time.
Should be interesting.
Would you consider filming it in Dubai?
I actually would love to, but the director that we've chosen is in London, and it just so happens that myself, Huxley, and Amy are going to be in London at the same time.
Okay.
So we've kind of taken that particular time to actually film that. I've got a lot of production work I put together. We've gotten back together the S-Men, so that's me, Junior Sanchez, and DJ Sneak. We just finished our first track, and that looks like it's coming out on Defected, and we're starting to set up shows for next year as well. So it's going to be a very busy 2018.
Very busy year.
Yeah.
Wow, good luck with all of that. We wish you all
you.
the best. So you've been playing in festivals and venues all around the world. Is there one specific place or festival that has a special place in your heart?
You know,
and you're happy to go back there and
Yeah.
play there again?
You know, it's interesting. Festivals for me have always been one of those things where I kind of do them out of necessity, because I always feel like they're always so broad that I always have a hard time feeling that intimacy and connection that I do in certain clubs. But there have been some amazing ones. Like this year, I actually did a back-to-back with David Morales at Southport Weekender in the UK. And I think
You'd be doing those boutique off parties maybe at the big festivals.
yeah, like I like festivals like Off, like Lost, and I'm trying to think, there was a few of them. Oh, the Defected Festival was really good. BPM probably is my favorite festival of all.
My favorite of all time. The fact that they changed it from Mexico is not cool.
Yeah, what happened down there was pretty scary. I mean, I know that they I think they had a very successful show, or a successful festival when they've done it in Lisbon, in Portugal, in Algarve. So I'm curious to see how that's going to continue developing, but I really like what they do.
My understanding is they're going to create a new festival in January. I think it's going to be in Vietnam in place of, or they're trying to make it in place of BPM. Let's see how that
goes, because I really love and I know the guys who organize it, and they're very devoted to underground music, so I really love that they've put that focus on it.
Absolutely. Most of the DJs have different names. Have you ever considered using another name?
Well, this is why I have the S-Man.
Okay.
You know, as Roger Sanchez, people tend to know one sound, and that's why I started doing things under the S-Man, so that I can kind of explore other sounds. You know, so I kind of put my mask on.
Yeah.
Come out of the S cave, you know. Not trying to steal any bad ideas. I mean,
You're pretty open, and you share quite a lot with your followers and your listeners. Is there anything that you can share with us today that not a lot of people know? Maybe a handful. This is a tough one.
I probably shared so much that I don't think there's anything that I would probably want to share that I haven't shared already.
Dig deep.
I'm trying to think. What haven't I shared? I don't know if people know that I cook.
Ooh, okay.
I like to cook.
Yeah.
You're good I'm a foodie. Love food.
I've realized
I love good, like really well prepared foods, and I've some of my really good friends are like 3 Michelin star chefs, and I try to learn from them whenever possible.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for me. Is there anything that you would like to tell your listeners?
Well, definitely listen to my show right here. Obviously, as you guys have my show, Release Yourself on Dance FM. So thank you very, very much for the love, and I hope to see you all on the dance floor very, very soon.
Thank you so much for being here with us. We really loved having this chat with you.
My pleasure. This is Roger Sanchez, and you're watching Dance FM.